Most business owners at some point have Googled whether they should be spending their money on Google Ads or Facebook ads. And the truth is that the best platform isn't necessarily the one with the most users. It's the one that matches your offer, your business, and your goals the best. So if you've ever asked yourself whether you should be advertising your business on Google or Facebook, you'll want to stick around. Coming up in this video, we're going to talk about 3 key things that every service-based business owner needs to know before running an ad. So we'll talk about the difference between Google Ads and Facebook ads, how to figure out which platform makes the most sense for your business, your industry, and your budget, and how to use both platforms together in a smart strategy that brings in leads from all sides, even if you're just getting started. Choosing the wrong ad platform can quietly drain your budget and leave you wondering why your phone just isn't ringing. And a lot of service providers will run ads, don't get results, and assume ads just don't work for them. But in reality, they were fishing in the wrong pond. So here's an easy way to picture it. Facebook is like getting a coupon in the mail. You may not necessarily be looking for that product or service, but if the offer is enticing enough for you, you may just use it. Whereas Google is when you go looking for that coupon. It's a product or service that you're actively looking for and usually ready to buy. And that is the major difference between the two platforms, intent versus interruption. Now, I want to preface this by saying that most of the time when people think of Google ads, they are thinking of a search campaign. And those are the ads that show up at the top of the Google search results. And so that is the main campaign type that I'll be talking about in this video when I'm comparing Google ads to Facebook ads. So Google ads are intent-based. That means people are searching for your service right now. They're already in the mindset to buy or book an appointment with you. Facebook ads are interruption-based. You're showing up in someone's feed when they weren't necessarily looking for you, so you've got to earn their attention and warm them up, which means it could take someone seeing your ad a few times before they become a lead. So next, let's talk about the pros and cons of each platform so you can see exactly how they stack up against each other. With Google Ads, a big pro, like I said, is that you are reaching high intent users, people who are actively searching for you and what you offer. So it's perfect for bottom of funnel leads and works especially well if your service is urgent or a little bit more expensive. But the downside is that Google Ads can be more expensive per lead. So if you have a lower ticket service or offer, it may not make sense to pay that higher amount for a lead. The Google Ads platform also has a steeper learning curve, so it is very robust and you can customize it a lot, which is great, but it can also be overwhelming at times as well. Another downside is that if your niche is super specific, there might not be a huge search volume to tap into with Google Ads. On the other hand, Facebook ads are great for visual-based businesses. So think anything with a strong before and after, or appealing visuals or videos like restaurants, nail salons, hairdressers. Facebook can also give you a lower cost per impression, which makes it great for building brand awareness. But the traffic does tend to be colder, so people aren't actively looking for your service. So like I said, it can take a few more touch points to convert those people into leads or clients. So how do you actually decide which one fits your business goals the best? If you're looking for fast leads or quick bookings, Google Ads may be your best bet. If your goal is to get more eyes on your brand and build up brand awareness, I'd probably start with Facebook ads. If your product or service is less expensive or more impulse friendly, I would consider Facebook. But if what you offer is urgent or comes with a higher price tag, Google is where you want to start. At the end of the day, if you're still unsure which one is best for you, ask yourself the question, where do your clients find you? If most of your clients are finding you on Google, Google might be a good place to start. Whereas if a lot of people are coming to you through social media, that might be the place that you want to start. So let's talk about some examples. Let's say you are a local coffee shop. That type of business is very visual. You can show the food and the coffee that you make and the vibe that your cafe gives off. But the amount of money that each client spends during a visit might be anywhere from $5 for a coffee to maybe $20 if they're also getting food. So on Google, you might end up paying $10 for that lead, which might not make sense with the amount that they're spending in the cafe. But the visuals and the cost makes perfect sense for Facebook. So now let's say that you're a towing company. When someone's car has broken down and they need a tow, they're going to go to Google to search for a towing company. No one is going to start scrolling Facebook to see if they find a towing company. So that makes perfect sense for Google. Let's also take a look at this based on your industry and where your buyer is in their customer journey. If you are in the B2B space or offer a higher investment service, Google will usually perform better because it catches people further along in that buying process. Like I said, people are actively searching for you on Google and they're ready to buy. But if your business is more visual, Facebook is going to give you that bigger boost. What about budget and bandwidth? Can you afford a higher cost per click in exchange for getting better leads? That would make sense for Google. Do you have strong visuals or engaging video content? That's where Facebook can shine. And be honest with yourself. Do you have the time or the help to learn a more technical setup? Because Google does take a little bit more technical know-how to set that up. And to give you a better idea with the average spend on each platform, the median monthly spend on Google Ads is about $1,000, just over that, while Facebook comes in right around $750. And that's according to agency analytics. So yeah, Google might cost a bit more, but you're often paying for higher intent, and sometimes that's worth every penny. So regardless of what platform you choose, chances are you'll see results. So going from nothing to advertising on either of these platforms will bring in traffic. With both platforms, make sure your conversion tracking is dialed in so you can tell which return is best on each of those platforms. So what if you want to use both Google Ads and Facebook ads together? And that's where things get really exciting. So let's say you start with brand awareness on Facebook. Then when somebody searches your name or service on Google, they see your ad again. Or maybe you get the first click on Google, but then you retarget them on Facebook with visuals and testimonials, which will help build trust. You can also use display campaigns in Google that will then follow that person around the internet, making it so that they keep seeing your brand name after searching for your service or interacting with your ad. And this combo strategy helps connect the dots for the customer. It helps build familiarity and helps people feel confident enough to take that next step with you. So hopefully now you've got a little bit more insight on which platform may be better for your business, but knowing which platform is best for you is only half the battle. So if you've decided Google Ads is where you want to focus, then you'll want to check out this next video here, where I give you my top tips for actually setting up and running Google Ads the smart way, so you don't waste money and you do start seeing results faster. So click right here to watch that next video.